Alright, hey everyone, Simon here, and we are going to play Assassin's Creed 3. So this is going to be a blind playthrough. So up until now we've been doing Assassin's Creed from Assassin's Creed 1 all the way to Revelations. And we've been, playing the game and then looking at the architecture. But I've never played this game before, so this is going to be a blind playthrough. And apparently the game's not as good. I've played the early bits just to test the frame rates and all that. And it's a new engine with a new combat system and
Used
everything.
to be when people talked about
Anyway,
the end of the
watch
world,
this.
we locked them up. Or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously. Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars, as the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years, even longer if you believe the stories of their origins. I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything, to show us history the way it really happened. Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching, bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be, when it does. They've been guiding us in their own fractured, frustrating way. These voices from the first civilization, the ones who came before, a precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the apple of Eden, and we stand at his side, ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end.
Well, there's the story. They're treading a fine line between awesome and ridiculous, to be honest. 21st December 2012, really? Also, everybody's faces have changed. For the worse.
We're here.
I don't know how you guys feel, but everybody looks uglier. Look at him, look at Desmond. Slightly less like humans, slightly more like monkeys. I'm not sure what they were thinking when they gave them a different face. And what's her name? Looks like she's had too much Botox. Alright, well, let's go into the cave. Let's not complain. Look at my face though, look at them. What's with the brows? I don't know. They made him from an ordinary guy into a boring caveman. I guess that's appropriate since we're going into a cave. So I've been through the first part of the game just to check the frame rates, and there's a whole lot of walking at the start. So there's a door in the cave, and people have been here before because there's like graffiti. But nobody noticed that there's a door in the cave?
In another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
Sean is 20 years younger and significantly less intelligent because he's quoting Alice instead of actual historical people. I don't want to complain too much, but I just really feel like the quality has declined a little bit. Not a big fan of Alice, by the way. Or rather, I'm not a big fan of people who quote Alice. I've read Alice in Wonderland. The book itself is quite good, but it also demonstrates that everything that's based on it is pretty bad. Like, the original is great, but all the stuff that's based on it is actually pretty bad compared to the book.
I think we're here.
So we just lose our glow stick. Can we not pick up the glow stick? Okay, we're not gonna rave anymore because we don't have a glow stick. I find it difficult to believe that nobody's ever been down here, given that there's an obvious door in the cave. But you know, okay. Okay, run, good. Everybody looks so flat, like there's no expression on their faces. Look at their faces. They all look like zombies. They all look like they're gonna kill people. Look at them. Terrifying. It gets better once you get into the actual game. Maybe they just did this, you know, in the last minute. And they didn't bother to animate people's expressions. It's really creepy though. Also really long cutscenes that don't show you very much, but there's epic music. But also you're not actually doing anything, you're just kind of hands off the keyboard and watching things happen. Not the best kind of game design.
The key. You must find the key.
There's a lot of cinematics and not much gameplay.
Son?
Sir. Here we go again.
Desmond?
Do you hear us?
Yeah. What happened?
The temple triggered a bleeding effect. You collapsed and entered into a fugue state.
So naturally you dropped me into the Animus instead of, I don't know, making sure I was okay?
You weren't in any danger. Besides, the temple appeared to be communicating with you, and I didn't want to risk severing the connection. At least not until we knew what it wanted.
Right. Of course.
Son,
No, it's fine. I get it. And I know what I'm looking for, by the way. It's a key. Just no idea where it is, though. I guess that's why she triggered the bleeding effect.
She?
Juno, Dad. She's talking to me.
So much
Okay,
nothing.
Desmond. While you
Alright, here we
were visiting Constantinople, we picked up a software update for the Animus. I'd like to run a couple of quick tests, make sure there aren't any major issues.
All right. What do you need me to do?
We'll start simple. Walk to the marker over there.
Yeah, software update. So it's a new, I think it's a new game engine, or at least an updated game engine, and there's new animations as well for the parkour. He's actually less responsive. I don't know if you guys can notice just by watching it, but you know, I'm kind of pressing buttons here. And the character is actually less responsive than before. Like, you know, if you kind of just, I'm spamming left and right, and he doesn't really move as much. Whereas in the last game, if you just spam left and right, he starts spinning around in circles. So in the previous games, the character moves faster than in this game.
Okay, Desmond, let's practice climbing on these objects.
I don't know if this will become too apparent. It feels a little more sluggish and therefore not quite as awesome, but we'll see. I haven't done much parkour yet, so you might notice that the animations are slightly different. The mechanics are the same, you just kind of, you know, point Desmond in the right direction and he'll just kind of do the parkour himself.
Free run your way through this little obstacle course.
It's alright. So, do we need to look around? Not really. It's just stairs and surfaces. Nothing that's significant so far. Alright, follow the icons. So you can slide down sloped surfaces.
These are optional objectives that raise your synchronization rate. Alright, Desmond, follow the on-screen instructions and kill the 2 Templars.
Kill the 2 Templars, but I don't even know if they're Templars. You're just killing people because they tell you to. I don't actually know if he deserved to die. Like, why did we kill him like that?
All you have to do here is jump the gap.
Not sure about the... Not sure about the slow motion when you assassinate. Also, you're not supposed to be able to do that, I don't think. Anyway, so the sloped surfaces, you will slide down the slopes. This here is a bit odd. Let me just try this. So if I kind of just free run, he does that. So if you just free run, he does that, but if you slow down and then climb on here and then you free run, he jumps ahead. Is that a good mechanic? I don't know if it's a good mechanic. I don't think that's a good mechanic because, like, you just hop over a fence. You do a short hop over a fence instead of actually leaping onto the beam, which is what you want to do. Anyway, so that happens. Here you can just... Oh no, you can't! You consistently short hop over the fence instead of leaping onto the thing ahead of you. I swear that's not good parkour mechanics. Anyway, so that's something we're gonna have to get used to. Is, you know, don't... If you want to jump, don't free run onto... No, what? No, whoa, hey, what? Come on, there you go. That is not good. That is not good, because the whole thing about Assassin's Creed parkour is that it's pretty much automatic. But here, the game is basically telling you that you can't rely on the automation. Whenever there's a small fence in front of you.
Synchronization levels look good now. We should be able to build the world. Time to find out what the temple wants from you.
Right. So can we... we can't. No, we can't. I'm just gonna try and walk away from the path. So you can't walk out there into the broken polygons. But that's okay. Let's just follow the... Are you sure we can't go? Yep, nope, we're sure we can't go that way. Alright.
Sir. Everything all right, sir?
Yes, fine. I'm just preoccupied, that's all.
Don't forget your invitation. Master Birch will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you once you're done?
Front of the Opera House. And be quick about it. Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
I'm preoccupied by all the broken polygons everywhere. So you immediately go into a situation where every character in the game knows more than you do. So it's like the player doesn't actually know what's going on, but the player is just pressing buttons because the game tells them. I don't think that's good storytelling. It's like, if the player is supposed to be the character, shouldn't the player know what they're doing?
Invitation, please. Shall I take your coat, sir?
Yeah, like shouldn't I know what I'm doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, you
Anyway.
are requested to kindly find your seats.
Would you kindly find a seat? Alright, we can do that. Look at this, this is kind of fancy. The Theatre Royale. Animus database? Ooh, you might hear this referred to as the Covent Garden, which it faces, or the Royal Opera House, which it later became. However, this is the original Theatre Royal building, opened in 1732, destroyed by fire in 1808. It will be rebuilt, then destroyed by fire again in 1857, and then almost completely renovated in the 1990s. They've installed a smoke detector this time. Well, it doesn't help, because, back then everything was lit by candles and lamps, and so that's why things burn down very easily, because there's candles everywhere. But now with electric lighting, it's not quite as dangerous. The original theatre lineup was varied, containing ballets, operas, even acrobatics. Many of Handel's operas opened here. Handel's operas opened here, right up until his death in 1759, when he mysteriously stopped writing them. But wait. He died in 1759, and that's when he mysteriously stopped writing operas. Well, he stopped writing because he died, didn't he? What does that mean? But the building was mainly used for presenting plays, at least for the first 100 years of its history. The reason it held the exclusive rights to perform spoken drama in London, awarded by King Charles II. Yes, kings could do that, though why they would is beyond me. I don't know, cause politics and I don't know, somebody gave the king a favor or something in exchange. I don't know. Look at those fancy paintings up there. Look at that. Look at these doors. Although it's the same painting above every single door, so that's a bit strange. Look at these statues. I'm just gonna see if there's anything significant in the painting. Oh look, a peacock. We can't run. So you see there's candles everywhere, that's why the buildings burn down so often. Paintings of people, statuary, so nothing too remarkable, although it looks kind of good. Actually, how would they know what it looks like if the building burnt down twice in the meantime? I wonder how historically accurate this is. Maybe it's... I don't know, it's probably not historically accurate.